Hey YouTube, it is Brandon with Felty's Aquaria today. I cleaned up these rocks, just a little progress on the paludarium. Got a little accent rocks out here. Sorry about all the mess out here. I've been cutting egg crate. You see this? Got a piece of egg crate there. So yeah, so I made my middle island out of egg crate. You can see about how big it is, but it'll end up being a little bit bigger than that because there will be rocks around it, at least on the front side. So yeah, this is not going to be enough rocks, guys. I had to order some more. I do have a couple like in here and stuff like that, and yeah, but yeah, I got the egg crate all cut apart and zip tied together. I zip tied this one together really good. This one over here, the reason that it doesn't have anything on it for a false bottom or anything is because it is just going to be like kind of like a stepping stool for the waterfall. So basically I'll have, I'm not exactly sure what ones I'm going to use for the waterfall yet. Give me a second, let me pick one out. This one might be kind of close. So basically I'll have a cool rock like so. And I'll have it like going up to there like that, and I'll probably have a rock on top of it like covering this, and it'll just trickle through here, and then I'll put pond foam behind it and fill it in with more rocks, but I'm not really sure exactly how it's gonna happen yet. I'm trying to, I've kind of been playing, sorry about that, kind of been playing with the rocks a little bit. Maybe like that would be good, like this, and then I'll block off the flow with another rock so that it trickles out instead of just like shoots out. This one will almost block the flow by itself, but then it would be like straight up. I'd rather have it like so. It's got a more natural look if it's kind of like bent over like this. But yeah, I'll be playing with it a little bit more before I do anything with it. I still need to spray paint the tank again because I had to give it a little sand. It got like sawdust and like had like some dust nibs, and I did kind of a crappy job spray painting the first time anyway, so try to put a better coat on the end. But it does have a good base layer at least, so that's a good start. And I got egg crate down at the bottom, not just to displace the weight of the stones, but also to kind of give them a little boost and make them taller, and then I don't have to use as much stone. And then it'll get covered up by substrate. And you see I cut them a little bit. Okay. There, now you can see there's like a little gap between it and the front glass, and then there will be substrate to where you can't see it from the front either. But yeah, basically I'll just have my waterfall go up to this little hole right here, and yeah, it'll just trickle down. And then I was thinking to use this rock here in the front, and I had another rock picked out too, but I'm not really exactly sure which one it is because I've been moving around. But this one actually sits, I don't have flash on my phone right now because it's low, I've been sitting out here for a while. This one actually sits pretty good here, and if I kind of play with it, I can get it to this little piece to be like above that, and it'll almost be like a little I don't know, like a little pool or something like that of water. And I might end up putting a false bottom on top so I can put substrate on it and it doesn't fall through, but most likely I'll just end up probably what I'll end up likely doing is putting Walmart bags inside of it and siliconing it down with the Walmart bags still inside of it, and then I'll pond foam on top of it so it has like a little area, and then I'll just put like a substrate, like fish, the substrate that I have down here, it'll be up here too, and so it'll look kind of cool. Be like a cool aesthetic that you have like the black substrate up here and the black substrate on there. So yeah, guys, this has pretty much been my update. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I've been working on this at least a fair amount tonight. Found a good tool to cut egg crate. If you guys, I don't even know what to call these. If they're like freaking tin snips or what, I think they're like wire cutters. I don't know. But these work good. These work significantly better. Like you see all these pieces that I shot. Those are from when I was using scissors. They were just like flying all over the place. And then after I started using these, it started coming off like this. Like I started cutting it. It was like making like almost clean cuts and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely advise to use some wire cutters instead of scissors. That's probably all I'm going to do tonight, guys. Oh, the reason that this doesn't have a top on it, that's probably important. You guys probably want to know about that. The reason it does not have a top on it is actually because I decided to, instead of, like, I'm going to get a gecko enclosure going here soon, and it's going to be fully terrestrial. So, because of that, I'm going to use the terrestrial plants that I have on the way, which still aren't even going to be here for a long time anyway. I'm going to use them in the gecko enclosure probably, and some of them are going to go in here. There'll still be like some plants on the background and stuff like that that are terrestrial plants, like Ficus pumila and stuff like that. Oak leaf creeping fig also, basically just some ivies and a couple air plants. And yeah, I will end up having aquarium substrate inside here. That's why I did the false bottom around the outside, basically. That way, when I put the substrate in here, it stays in here instead of like leaking out, and it'll be like a big area of aquarium substrate in here that'll be getting wet from the outside because water will pass through this. And then I'll put probably like that big crypt in my 20-gallon in here, like on one side, and then maybe put like some anubias, like some small anubias or some small crypts, some little crypts in here. And then moss. Just cover the whole thing with moss, cover the rocks up with moss in the front and everything, and that'll be like my terrestrial plants for this, other than like I'll have like maybe like some air plants, like some bromeliads. I got some really small bromeliads that stay really tiny. I'm thinking about putting them like up here on the side, and then maybe putting like some Ficus pumila on this side, and maybe over here in between the waterfall I'll put a little bit more, and a little bit on the background so you can kind of see it behind the crypt. So yeah, there will be plenty of terrestrial plants, just not very many that are planted in substrate, because the reason being that I'm not actually sure. So my water level, this will be the minimum. So this thing's only, I don't know, like 2 or 3 inches above my water level minimum. I'm going to put a little bit more above it to like make sure that it doesn't get like soaked up there, so that then the newts that I have will be able to come up here and eat and different stuff, and the bugs will be okay. But the bugs will be okay if their soil's a little bit wet, I think. I still will be putting some isopods and springtails in here, just because I like the idea of it. And then I still will be using the vines, probably. We'll see what happens, though, guys. It's a lot of stuff to fit into a tank, so that is also a factor. I definitely want to get a, like, this is a 40-gallon. I definitely want a 55-gallon, because, or maybe even a 75-gallon, and do like the same thing in it. But just with something bigger, like a bigger species, like a big-ass salamander or something like that, because I would have so much more space to make cool islands. I really can't make more than this with the waterfall, because the waterfall takes up so much space, but I still will have, I kind of scoped it out, and I'll still have like a few inches for everything to squeeze through in the front and swim around. I'll have a few inches up here for stuff to kind of like hang out if it wants to, and a couple plants up in front so they can hide out. And then I'm going to put some large, like really thick pieces, I think they're like 2 inches or more in diameter, of PVC down in there. And so I think the newts will be able to hide out in there. One of them I'll have like in the open air, at least one of them. That way it's like a dry hide, and then the other one will be like a fully aquatic hide where it's like underwater. I might, and then I'll cover them with rocks so you can't tell that they're PVC. It'll look all legit. Probably put a couple big plants over here, and other than that, it'll just be swimming area. yeah, that's pretty much it. Put a big plant in front of my filter intake over there, so you guys can't see that as much. And it'll be swimming area over there. I'm probably just going to put like 2 guppies in here, like 1 male guppy and 1 female guppy, and try to get them to breed. I really don't want an overabundance of fish, and then I'm just going to start it off with like 10 shrimp or something like that. And once the shrimp get like super overpopulated and the guppies maybe have babies like 1 time or something like that, then I'll get the newts, and then I won't be dealing with like a bunch of adult stuff in here all at once. And if I do end up having a bunch of adult stuff, then I could always feed it to my big fish or other things. Yeah, but the newts should eat some of them. Yeah, I am going to end up making a vivarium or something out of this tank eventually when I get a home for the big fish. And I think I found somebody who can take him, but it's just not yet. So yeah, it should be soon. Maybe do like a leopard gecko enclosure for this guy, so I'll be getting some more geckos maybe. But I will be able to use like the isopods and different stuff like that in all the enclosures, I believe. Or I'll find a way to use them all in all the enclosures. So yeah, that's all, guys. Sorry for talking so lackadaisically and not really exciting right now. Just kind of tired. I just wanted to do the good update and tell you guys what the plans are. I think it's really starting to come together. I'll basically just be covering the front of this island with rocks and the front of this up with rocks, and then maybe put some on the top of there, and so it holds everything in there. Put the PVC down there, put another rock on top of the PVC, so it'll be like PVC, PVC, like 2 pipes of PVC, and then like rock on top of it to make this look like it's like a little pool. It'll be like rock all the way around the outside of it, and the waterfall will just empty down in there and it'll spill over. It might actually be too low for the water level, but it'll still look cool. It'll still look like it's like almost like a little natural pool that it's making, and I feel like I'll get some activity out of the newts over there, chilling in the water. And then rocks in front of this, maybe a rock on the side of here, but I really doubt that it's going to be necessary. I think if I get everything how I want it, I'll be able to just put rocks in the front of these, and then like expanding foam around it on the top just a little bit, and put rocks on the top so you can't really see from the top down that there's egg crate there. And then not put any on the sides, and it'll save me some space not putting them on the sides. That way the fish get a little bit more swimming room and stuff. And yeah, I think with just like 2 guppies and a few shrimp, I should be able to put 3 newts in here. I'm thinking like 2 females and 1 male, and I might end up just doing a couple, like 2 newts, but we'll just see what happens, guys, because I'm gonna I'll probably have snails in here too. I like the idea of having mystery snails in here, and they might breed because they have the you know, mystery snails, they don't breed unless you have the water level low. So if I have the water level low, then the mystery snails might actually do some stuff, and that would be pretty cool to see. Yeah, guys, this is supposed to be a short video. I'm getting off here. I'm just rambling now. Alright, have a wonderful day on YouTube, and enjoy your time. Peace out.